Cross-threading usually starts before the bolt ever makes its first full turn. It begins when the bolt enters the threaded hole at a slight angle. Instead of the thread peaks dropping into the matching valleys, one thread tries to climb over another. Once that happens, the threads begin fighting each other. The bolt may still turn, but it is no longer following the intended path. Cross-threading is one of those mistakes almost everyone has made. It happens on cars, lawn equipment, bicycles, furniture, machinery, and workshop projects. The frustrating part is that threaded fasteners are designed to fit together. The bolt and the threaded hole were made as a matching pair. So if they were designed to work together easily, why is it possible to get them started wrong? The answer starts with understanding what threads actually do. A thread is simply a ramp wrapped around a cylinder. As the bolt turns, that ramp converts rotation into linear movement along the bolt. When everything is aligned correctly, the threads naturally guide themselves together. The peaks of one thread drop into the valleys of the other, and the bolt advances smoothly. You can often spin a good bolt several turns with nothing more than your fingertips. The key phrase there is, when everything is aligned correctly. Threads are surprisingly good at guiding themselves together, but they are not magic. The first thread engagement is critical. If the bolt enters at an angle, even a small one, the threads can miss their intended path. Instead of nesting together, one thread begins riding up on top of another. Once that happens, the bolt is trying to cut a new path rather than follow the one that already exists. Many people think cross-threading happens because they used too much force. In reality, excessive force usually comes later. The damage begins when the threads fail to align during those first few moments of engagement. The wrench, ratchet, or impact tool simply makes the problem worse after it has already started. A common situation is working where you cannot clearly see the threaded hole. Maybe you're reaching behind an engine component. Maybe you're working under a vehicle. Maybe you're trying to hold two parts together while starting a bolt with one hand. The bolt feels like it has started correctly, so you keep turning. Unfortunately, the first thread may already be misaligned. This is one reason experienced mechanics often start bolts and nuts by hand. Your fingers provide feedback that tools cannot. A properly aligned fastener usually feels smooth right from the beginning. If the bolt feels rough, tight, or uneven during the first turn, something is often wrong. Power tools can make cross-threading happen very quickly. A cordless drill, impact driver, or air ratchet can spin a fastener much faster than you can by hand. If the threads are misaligned, the tool doesn't recognize the problem. It simply continues applying force. By the time you notice something feels wrong, several threads may already be damaged. This doesn't mean power tools are bad. It simply means they are best used after the threads have already been started correctly. Let your fingers verify the alignment first. Once you know the fastener is following the proper thread path, then the tool can save time. Damaged threads are another common cause of cross-threading. A bolt does not have to be severely damaged to create problems. Dropping it on a concrete floor can deform the leading thread. A previous repair may have nicked the threads. A fastener may have been over-tightened at some point in its life. Even small imperfections can interfere with the self-centering action that normally guides the threads together. Under magnification, thread damage often becomes much easier to see. What appears to be a minor scratch can actually be a raised burr. What looks like a perfectly good thread may have flattened areas or distorted edges. These imperfections act like roadblocks that prevent the threads from engaging smoothly. Dirty threads create similar problems. Dirt, rust, paint, dried thread locker, corrosion, and metal chips can all make a fastener difficult to start. In many cases, people assume the fastener is cross-threaded when contamination is actually the real problem. The resistance feels similar, and the temptation is to reach for a wrench. That can turn a minor problem into a major one. If debris is preventing proper engagement, forcing the fastener through the obstruction can damage both sets of threads. A few seconds spent cleaning the threads is often much faster than repairing damaged hardware later. Used fasteners deserve extra attention. New bolts and nuts have sharp, clean thread profiles. They were manufactured to fit together perfectly. Used hardware has lived a different life. It may have been exposed to vibration, corrosion, dirt, heat, and repeated installation cycles. Each of those factors can reduce the ability of the threads to guide themselves together. Another situation that catches people by surprise is mixing thread standards. Some metric and SAE fasteners appear very similar. In some cases, a bolt may even start into the wrong threaded hole. For a turn or two, everything seems normal. Then, the resistance begins to increase. The threads are not actually matching. They are forcing incompatible thread forms together. When that happens, stop immediately. If a fastener suddenly becomes difficult to turn during installation, something is trying to tell you there is a problem. More force is rarely the correct solution. Inspect the threads. Verify the fastener size. Check for dirt or damage. Confirm that the bolt is entering straight. One simple habit can help prevent many cross-threading problems. Before tightening, turn the fastener backwards until you feel a small click. That click often indicates that the thread peaks have aligned with the thread valleys. Once aligned, the fastener usually starts much more smoothly. It is a simple technique, but it works remarkably well. Another good habit is learning what normal threads feel like. Properly engaged threads generally turn with smooth, consistent resistance. Cross-threaded fasteners often feel rough, gritty, or uneven. The restrictions may increase suddenly or vary as the fastener turns. Paying attention to those warning signs can prevent a lot of damaged hardware. The next time a bolt refuses to start easily, resist the urge to force it. Take a closer look. Clean the threads. Check the alignment. Start it by hand. Give the threads a chance to guide themselves together.
Cross-threading isn't usually bad luck. It isn't something that happens out of nowhere. It's a predictable problem with predictable causes. That's really what shop proving is all about. Understanding why things happen instead of just dealing with the results. When you understand what the threads are trying to do, you can recognize the warning signs before the damage occurs. A few extra seconds spent paying attention can save hours of repairs, replacement parts, and a lot of frustration. That's not theory, that's shop proven. Thank you for watching. I've got more to come.